Yo, we live. Hey, welcome back to the Golden Goose DFS show. I am your host, Chandler Blakely, aka Goose, here today bringing you another edition of my starting five for Draftkings and Fanduel. Alright. And before we get into that, y'all know we got the lineup review. My best lineup with the updated starting five from yesterday. Let's get right into it, man. Last night was very high scoring last night, man. Very high scoring. I felt it was gonna be that way because yesterday the chalk plays were I felt like it was all good chalk yesterday. As far as Zubac, Brown, Bobby Portis, all those guys, Devontae Graham, all those guys, I felt like they were good plays and had a chance to really give you a nice return. So I knew you had to be in that mix. If you weren't in the mix of those value guys yesterday, probably made it real hard for you to cash. So that's what I did. The updated starting five yesterday, if you called it, was Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Devontae Graham, Chris Middleton, Domantas Sabonis, and Ivica Zubac. All right, I got my best lineup I had with that starting five. Put up 302 right here. Just missed the cash line on this particular one, but we had some other lines cash for us. It was a break even night. Can't be mad at that. But let's get right into it. So I went with Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Thought he was in a great spot against in a high total game, and one of the highest total games on the slate against the Minnesota Timberwolves. We know the Timberwolves bad defense, so I felt like he was in a prime spot to give us a nice return. And at 19%, not too high on. Gave us right at 48 DK points. Very solid. Needed a little more from him, though, as some other guys in the guard spot went off. Devontae Graham, you see, came in at chalk, 43%. I knew he would be chalk, but I was okay with it. We're talking about 4,800, a guy who was a starter, who averaged close to 30 fantasy points a minute, getting back in the starting rotation, going against the San Antonio Spurs. Just 21 DK points. Nothing to push you to the top of the leaderboard, nothing to kill you, especially at this ownership. He kept you in the mix. Coming down in the small forward, I wanted to go Chris Middleton. I got him in the guard slot here, but we knew he was going to be high on, man. I knew it. Just one of those things I told you. Anytime Giannis is out, Middleton is guaranteed to be one of the higher on guys. And he came in at 61%, gave us 45 DK points. Very solid, very nice performance. Can't be mad at that. After I went Middleton, I wanted to run it back with somebody from the other side of that game, as I felt all the attention was going to the Bucks, and if it was going to be a good game, you needed somebody from Indiana to play well, and I thought Sabonis was that guy who was poised to play well, especially if this game was going to be close. But the Brogdon and Turner news really hurt the Pacers in this matchup, as they got pretty much handled very easily by the Milwaukee Bucks. So Sabonis came in, gave for 9K at 23% ownership, gave us right at 46 DK points. Solid, but not enough for last night. You had to have the right chalk pieces and the other top performing guys to do well. I think the winning score was like 374 last night, so very high scoring last night. All right, and then Zubac right here at the center. I wanted to go with Zubac. I liked him and Brown yesterday. I thought they both projected pretty similar. Both could give you big games. I just took the one that was coming in at lower ownership. Zubac was coming in at a slightly lower ownership than Moses Brown, so I wanted to go Zubac, and plus the fact that Moses Brown was going against Karl-Anthony Towns, there was a real chance he could get in foul trouble. So to negate some of that, I just figured I'd go Zubac, because they projected very similar, and Zubac was getting less ownership. All right, rounding out this lineup, man. Wanted to get Drew Holiday, and I told y'all yesterday in the video, man, all those guys was in play. Holiday, Middleton, Bobby Portis, the whole Bucks side. So I just wanted the main two pieces though, in Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton. So that's what I did here, and that's why I ran it back with Sabonis as well, because I knew I was gonna get two of those Bucks guys, and I wanted some from the other side just in case it was a closer game. And then I went Daniel Tice right here at my 4 spot, trying to get a little tricky, man. Might have got a little too cute, just trying to get away from Bobby Portis a little bit, just in case something happens, like he don't get the playing time. Because with Turner going out, they could have very easily the Bucks could have just elected to go small and just start Brook Lopez at the center and have him check Domantas Sabonis. So I was trying to just cover my bases for different scenarios here. Got a little too tricky, went with Tice. Probably should just kept it Bobby Portis, but it's a big tournament. You got to try to get different somewhere. And you see at 9.5% ownership, he has given us big games over the past few outings. So just trying to get tricky right here. Didn't quite work out how I wanted to. And then Svi Mukelu at right here at 3,600. Just a salary play. Had 3,600 left. I knew he was solid. Those guys are still out for the Thunder, so I felt like he was gonna be the forgotten man. Everybody was on the other day. I felt like we can go right back to him in his 3,600. He gave us right at 21 DK points, an okay effort, but definitely needed a bigger performance from him last night. But there you have it. Like I said, break even night. You can't be mad at that. 302 with the best lineup with the updated starting five. Now let's go see what we got cooking tomorrow for y'all. All right. Coming in today, man. All right, we got a 6-gamer today. Now, today is going to be the other side of the coin. So, yesterday I told y'all I felt like all the value was in good spots, and pretty much any one of them could have returned a nice, could have gave you a nice return for their salary. Today is going to be a little different. It's going to be very, very tricky today, especially we waiting on a lot of injury news. If James Harden is out, if Lonzo continues to be out, it's going to be a lot of value plays, especially on their Brooklyn side, going back to the Lakers. But tonight is a night where I don't feel as confident in the chalk, okay? It's going to be a lot of chalk plays tonight. Like I said, a lot of those Nets, Brown, Tyler Johnson, Chorizo, whatever, Jeff Green. A lot of those Nets going to be chalky if Harden sits out. But any one of those can let you down. So you got to really try to weed through the chalk tonight and just pick the ones you like best, or just go completely away from it and go a different build, because if these injuries hold true and these guys are out, it's going to be a lot of risky value plays out there tonight. So it'll be interesting to see. But starting at the top, man, the guy I want to look to is Bruce Brown. I want to go right here because he's the net I'm most confident in, especially with Kyrie. We know Kyrie is out, so that boosts Bruce Brown right there. If Harden is going to be out too, that's going to boost him even more. So even if Harden plays, I still like this Bruce Brown play. The reason I want to go to him in this Portland matchup, man, he's a guy that can get it. He's a multifaceted guy. He can get you to where you need to be in a barrage of ways. He's a very solid rebounder for a guard, so I expect him to have his nose in the paint, getting a few boards. He can get you a couple of assists. He always on the defensive end. He's a threat for a steal or two and maybe a block if we're lucky. So Bruce Brown in this spot, man, like I said, whether Harden plays or not, I like him tomorrow. If Harden is out, he's probably going to be my favorite net play because he just gives you so much security with the many things he do on the basketball court. And if he just so happens to find his offense and can find his shot, he can give you a really big performance at this 4,200. So I want to look at Bruce Brown, especially in this matchup against the Portland Trail Blazers. I know it's probably going to be one of the higher total games on your slate, and I want to get a piece of that matchup. All right? Coming in as shooting guard, I'm going to go Mr. Alexander Walker here, right here. Now, this play is dependent on that Lonzo Ball news, but I think Lonzo sits again today. I don't think they're going to try to rush him back, especially with his name being brought up in a lot of trade rumors. I don't know if they're shopping him or not, so they're definitely not going to be in a hurry to bring Lonzo Ball back. So I'm expecting him to sit out today. And if that's the case, I have no problem going back to Nicole Alexander Walker here against the Lakers. He's my type of bench guy, man. He comes in, he looks for his shot, he looks to get going. He does a little bit of assist here and there, but his main upside is going to rely on scoring. So as long as he got his shot going, we're going to look for a nice performance for him. Could be trouble if he's struggling with his shot early, but I like him in this matchup going against the Lakers. Coming in at small forward, the guy I want to take a look at, Alec Burks. Just been very solid, seeing 30-plus minutes, getting the best fantasy matchup you can have against the Washington Wizards, man. It's going to be an up-paced game, more possessions, more chances at shot for him, and I really think he can give us a great return at 5,800, especially in this matchup against the Wizards with that lackluster defense over there. Get you some Alec Burks tomorrow. Coming in at power forward, going to big fella, Zion Williamson, going against the Lakers, man. It's going to be rough on the Lakers down low tomorrow, man. I don't know. They literally don't have a body to throw at them. Definitely not going to put Kyle Kuzma on them. The Morris brother is not big enough. Montrezl Harrell is not big enough. Zion should be able to have his way inside tomorrow, man. Expecting him to get in there and get us a few more rebounds tomorrow. I'm looking for Zion to get a double-double for us tomorrow. He hasn't really done it. His rebounding numbers are down, but I think he has a good chance of getting us a nice double-double tomorrow. He's averaging about 26 points this year. If you throw that double-double in there, maybe a few assists, a block or two, he can really give you a big performance at his 8,700 price tag. So I definitely want to take a look at Zion tomorrow. And then rounding out at center, man, want to go Bam Adebayo. Center is real rough tomorrow, man. If you ain't paying up for Jokic or Vooch, outside of that, man, it's real rough. It can get kind of dicey with some of the plays at center, but I like going to Bam here, man. Going against the Phoenix Suns, it's going to be should be a good game, just basketball wise to watch. But I wanted to get Bam to take advantage of DeAndre Ayton down there. You know, DeAndre Ayton is not a stout defender. So Bam Adebayo is going to stretch him out to the three-point line, probably have him in some pick and rolls. I think Bam can really take advantage of this matchup against Aiden, as he's a little more fleet of foot, should be able to beat him to a few more rebounds. I like going to Bam in his spot against Phoenix, all right? So there you have it, man, my starting five for DraftKings tomorrow. Bruce Brown, Nicole Alexander-Walker, Alec Burks, Zion Williamson, and Bam Adebayo, all right? Get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your lineup. Let's go take a look at FanDuel. But before we do that, man, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, turn your notification bell on so you know when the video drops every day, man. I don't want you to miss anything. I'm here for you all right? Now let's go take a look at FanDuel. Coming in at FanDuel, man. You know, FanDuel, the pricing's always a little soft over here. So a little shake up at the top, man. We're going with Shake Milton at the point guard spot over here on our FanDuel. Like him in this matchup. He's gonna be one of the value point guard plays tomorrow. As long as Steph Curry is out, I like going to Shake Milton, especially in this matchup against Golden State. I would argue with no Embiid, Shake Milton is the second scoring option behind Tobias Harris. I would legitimately make that argument. He creates a lot. Look for a shot. As Ben Simmons, he can score, but you know he more of a setup guy. He's not going to be looking for his offensive game, looking to get going. But Shake Milton comes in. Whether he starts or comes off the bench, he's the instant offense guy. He comes in the game looking for his shot time he touches it. So I like going to Shake Milton, especially at this price tag in this spot against the Golden State Warriors. Been very solid over the last couple games without Joel Embiid, so I have no problem going back to him. Coming at shooting guard, man. Told you my favorite value piece from the next game is Bruce Brown, man. Just this matchup with the Portland. Like I said, up-pace matchup. A few more possessions, a few more rebound opportunities, a few more steal opportunities for Bruce Brown. Just everything that he likes to do, he should get a chance to do more of in this matchup against Portland. Coming in at small forward, I want to look at Joe Harris over here, man, on FanDuel. It's the price that intrigues me, this $4,700. You know he's in the starting lineup, 30-plus minutes. You know what he is, man. He's the shooter. With no Kyrie, and if Harden play, this might change if Harden doesn't play. Harden playing, I think, helps Joe Harris because he draws the attention of the defense, and they get Harris coming off screens or posted up in the corner or at the elbow for clean looks. So I might change this if Harden does not play. But right now, man, I want to look at him, especially this $4,700 price tag. We just hope he can get his shot going. You know he's a shooter, so you want to take shooters in up-pace matchup with more possessions and chances for them to get more shots. So that's why I want to look at Joe Harris over here at FanDuel, all right? Coming in at power forward, man, staying with Zion Williamson. He probably my favorite play right now across both sites. Like I said, I just expect him to punish the Lakers down low. They do not have an answer. He should be able to get what he wants when he wants. I love this matchup for Zion. And then coming in at center, man, y'all know I really don't like giving y'all the superstars, but at FanDuel tomorrow, you don't have too much of a choice, man. And like I said, you got him and Vooch at the top, and then the other center plays are very, very risky. And being that Vucevic is only $800 cheap over here on FanDuel, I would just much rather get up to Jokic as he has the higher ceiling. So there you have it, man. My starting five for FanDuel today: Shake Milton, Bruce Brown, Joe Harris, Zion Williamson, and Nikola Jokic. Man, get you some exposure to these guys. Get them in your player pool. You know I'm going to have plenty of it, man. That's going to do it for us here today. for the Golden Goose DFS show. Y'all know the motto. Chances make champions. Y'all green up. I see y'all tomorrow, all right? Let's go.